What's up, America? Neil here with Geauga Firearms Academy. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to have a kind of a fun drill, and then or a fun concept, if you will, and then we'll have kind of a useful drill at the end of this. And this is going to be about ammo management with your magazines in your gun pouch. So let's get started. One of the things that aggravate me quite a bit, comments and whatnot, is like, well, you know, unless you're a military, law enforcement, or security or something, this isn't really going to apply to a lot of people. And yeah, you're pretty much right. But so what? Who cares? People want to train stuff. There's a lot of racing schools out in the country. Doesn't mean probably 95% of the people have zero interest. It's just something fun to do. But it will also obviously give them a new skill set and something to work on. So we're going to talk today about if you have a double mag pouch now. As you guys know, I test a lot of gear, so these guys are individual pouches, but we're going to just assume that they're two-piece. Doesn't make any difference. The concept's still the same. So we want to talk about if we were going to use these. So we have a firearm, and then we have our two mags on us, and we were in some type of conflict. How this would work out. So, and I'm sorry about the obviously we're on a range, so you're going to obviously hear some rounds in the background. So first of all, we want to talk about this front pouch, okay? The front pouch is your speed reload, okay? So this magazine is critical that whatever you have the most amount of rounds in, goes right here. Everything else is secondary, third, fourth, whatever, however many you got, okay? So the concept here is I have shot an unknown number of rounds in this gun, right? So I've shot an unknown number, and now I'm going to get to what we would call a tactical reload. And to be very clear on that, on a tactical reload, that means that we have a little bit of time, meaning that I've shot some rounds and now maybe I'm behind some type of cover, right? I'm behind a concrete building, whatever the case is, and so I have a moment, okay? That said, there's still a threat that potentially needs to be engaged, but we have this time. And so during this time, we're going to top the gun off, okay? I'm going to do this all dry first, then we'll do a little bit with some live fire. So if I were shooting this gun and it went to slide lock, I would immediately drop that mag out, grab my front pouch here, and insert and go, right? But in this case, we have time on our side. So when we manage this ammo, what I want to do is go to my second mag, okay? Or whatever, third, whatever the furthest one I have back. Most people aren't going to run more than two. Most people aren't going to run any, but we're going to grab that one. So the concept here is I've shot an unknown number. I'm behind some type of cover. Before I remove this magazine, I'm going to get my new magazine from the rear out. Okay, we'll face this way. I'm going to bring this magazine out. Now, I already know that I'm going to be switching these magazines, so I'm going to prep this, okay? And so the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to put it just like I would normally put it in the base of my hand to load, but I'm going to basically hold it so that I have these fingers open. Depending on the size of your hands and dexterity, you might have to play around with this, but this works pretty easily for me. Because the concept here is I want to get this fresh mag in as quickly as possible, because I may not know when that threat is advancing, wherever the case is, okay? So, again, I'm behind this cover. I don't want to drop this mag out because now I only have one round. Maybe I have 4 still in the magazine, but I only have 1. So this isn't going to come out until this one is ready to go, and I want to do this as quickly as possible, okay? So what I'm going to do now, since I have this prepped, is I'm going to drop this one out. I'm going to reinsert my full one, so now I've got my, in this case, 18 rounds in here, okay, plus the one in the chamber. This is my magazine that I shot at. There's some left, we don't know how many, okay? And then this is going to go to the back of the magazine, the second or third or whatever the case is. This is where we're using to manage this ammo, so that we're always bringing this up. Now, let's say I went through that mag, I shot some, and there's some that I've shot at different amounts. I still want to keep moving the mags around so that the mag up front always has the most amount of rounds, because that's where, if I had a malfunction or the gun locked open because it was empty, I'm going to go straight down to that one and get that one out, okay? So we're here, we swap that out, the gun's still out. Obviously, mag always goes away first, keep the gun out. That's the whole purpose of this. Now, say I go through this mag, right, to slide lock, then of course immediately that would pop out. I would get my full mag, my speed load, insert that one, right? And I still have this one. Now what I would do is, if that were the case, I would move this one up. So now again, even though it's not fully loaded, it's the only one I still got left. I still got some rounds. So again, if I went through this mag, for example, then I'm going to come right back here to that one. So that's how we're managing it. That's the whole purpose of this video, is how we manage ammo, okay? Less than perfect mags go in the back, and your most loaded one goes up front. So we'll go through a couple live fire here, just kind of give you an example of how this would all work. Another little thing you'll see here, this is one of my favorite targets. These are the Opata targets. That's basically the Ohio Police and Training target that we use for law enforcement. So every year when we qualify, this is the actual target that all agencies should be using. And there's a scoring system. The cool thing about this is obviously it represents a pretty reasonable sized threat, but additionally there's a higher standard here, okay? And of course this box here is for scoring. I'm not going to get into all that. You can look it up. And again, wherever you are, I'm sure most states have their own target system that the law enforcement agencies use. So check out whatever your local one is in your state. In ours here, we have a darker gray and a lighter gray. And so you can hold yourself to a higher standard. So for law enforcement, we can use the whole basic target for the most part. For SWAT, we have 50% of the target and only light gray, and there are no misses allowed. It's just a higher standard. So that's kind of a cool thing that you can use. So, and you get these anywhere. I got these from Action Target, by the way. So I like using those. So I'm going to walk through this really slow, just so you kind of get the idea here. I'm going to engage this target for a number of rounds, doesn't matter how many. I'm not going to work it all the way to slide lock, okay? As soon as I stop shooting this series, I'm going to assume that I stopped this threat, but there may be more or whatever, and that this is going to represent some actual cover. Again, concealment is something that rounds will go through, and cover is something that will stop rounds. So this is a solid piece of cover, whatever it is, okay? So when I get done shooting this couple shots here, I'm going to immediately start moving behind this piece of cover, and then once I'm here, I'm going to do a tactical reload. So again, from the back of the magazine, reload it, okay? And then we'll come out and re-engage again. If we ran that one dry, which I'll set this up so that we do, then we would immediately go to our speed reload, which is always going to be the one in the front, okay? So we got that all set up. So I'm out here, I'm going to get behind cover here, I'm going to take my rear mag out, swap this, I continue to keep this one in the back, come back out, re-engage, I'm out, I'm going to come back to my speed reload, and again I'm moving back behind cover to my speed reload, which is going to be the one in the front. This is the one that has full ammo in it. I can come back in, re-engage again, whatever the case may be, okay? Now in this case, if I were back behind cover again, okay, for the second or third time, now my mag is not full, but there's some rounds in it, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and move this one up to the front position. Again, because it's the only other mag I got. So that now if I'm here, I re-engage and I fire my rounds and I'm out completely, I can still drop that one out and reinsert whatever I got left, okay? So that's all about managing your actual your ammo that you have on your person. So that the less than perfect mags are going to the back and you're constantly feeding the loaded ones up front. So primary mag, speed mag, that's always when you have no time. This one and back when we have time. And cover, hopefully. So here's a drill that we can do. I do this one a lot. I really like it. It incorporates a lot of mechanics. So especially if you're not using a lot of rounds, which a lot of us now, because of the restriction and cost and such, round counts are typically a little bit lower. But this one's fantastic because you get a lot done with a very, very few rounds. So the way we're going to set this up, you only need one pouch, for example, but it doesn't matter. But we're going to have a loaded magazine that's going to be in our front pouch, and then we're going to have a magazine with one round in it, okay? And in this case, I already have a round in the chamber, so we don't even need that one, okay? So the way I have the gun set up now, I have obviously an empty mag, okay? I have a round in the chamber, and then I have a full mag. So the way this is going to work, I'm going to engage the target. Obviously, there's one round in it. It's going to go to slide lock. I'm going to immediately drop that out, go to my speed reload, so center line, find that mag, insert it. Of course, in this case, since we're going to add to the drill, I do have some piece of cover here, so I'm immediately going to be moving to that piece of cover. I'm going to be moving when I come out. I'm going to go to slide lock. I'm going to get behind cover, speed reload, okay? And then we can talk about how we can put this together without moving, okay? So let's just show this real quick. So we're good, okay? So I come out, drop this out, reinsert, come back around, and re-engage, okay? So that's my speed reload. Now, what we can do to add to this is I can add a tactical reload to this, if you will, okay? So in this particular case right here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check the threat area here. Let's just assume that the threat is not directly active right now. So I'm still going to keep my gun down range. With my peripheral vision, I'm going to see this mag. I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. Again, behind cover. Tactical reload. Put this one back. Now, I get the idea that I just put an empty mag in the gun. Obviously doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but you're still getting the proper skill set of doing a tactical reload, of getting that old mag out and putting a new one in. And we set the gun up to do this all over again. I got one in the chamber and nothing here, right? So here I am engaged. Back behind here, load back up. Okay, there we go. I see my mag on the ground. I got my gun towards the threat. Go ahead and pick that up. Behind cover, tactical reload, put it back in, and see where we're at. Okay, scan and assess our environment. So that's the drill, kind of a cool one. You get a lot of movement with a lot of rounds in it, especially if you can have some type of piece of cover that you can move in. But even if you're in a static range, you're in a bay, you can still do all the mechanics of firing the one round, reloading, and going to your mag pouch and whatnot. So a good drill that gets a lot involved. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, put them down below. You know where to find us, obviously here on YouTube or on Facebook. We put all our premium content on Patreon. And until next time, remember, it's always better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6.